Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
Call yourselves Title Town? Are you kidding me?
That's fraud.
It feels like a gray area.
Spoiler alert, Canada. Cup's coming back to the US of A.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers.
I hate you guys so much.
My dog just shit his ass.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. It is Wednesday night. I love that intro. It just brings a smile to my face every time it ends with my dog just shit his ass.
It's undefeated.
You know,
Never lost.
It's and the best part is it's always timely because it almost always happens. So, the good news is the old man Rockney is still around and kicking. We had a little episode this weekend, but turns out all he has is old dog vertigo.
Oh,
That is a legitimate medical diagnosis.
I am glad that Rockney's doing good. This is Craft Brewed Sports. It's Wednesday night. It's the home of the drunkest sports takes on the internet. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Scott, it's opening day week, man. How you feeling, bud?
I'm feeling great, baby. This is my Christmas. What's going on? Cannot wait.
I'm so pumped, man. This is my favorite time of the year because I get to be excited for the Reds for like a week. Like this is where it's like, all right, it's Reds baseball, baby, and then by Saturday it's like, is college football starting soon? When's that start up? Are we eliminated at this point? But yeah, man, I'm pumped. Super stoked. Drew also hanging out with us. Drew, how you feeling tonight, man?
Dude, I'm so excited because tonight is going to be the easiest show ever. I don't have to do shit. Like, you two are just going to giggle over baseball all day, and I can just pound beers back.
Our regular weekly show. All right, he's done. You're right.
Well, hey, potato, I'm going to have a good time.
And already getting shout-outs in the comments is our intern, Don. Don, how's it going, man?
Doing great. I guess tonight's the day I get to take Drew's job for good.
Yeah.
It's funny. We were chatting about that this week. These motherfuckers are gonna have to kick me off. I ain't quitting.
Well, that could be arranged, Drew. That could be arranged. Thanks to you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate you. Hit the share button. Help us out. Get us out in front of all your news feeds. We got an awesome show for you guys tonight. We're gonna be talking some of this NFL news with the schedule updates. Adding that week 17. We got some Brooklyn news in the NBA. They got a super team going on in Brooklyn. We got to figure out what's happening there.
Dude, it's the first time there's ever been a super team in the NBA. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I've never seen this happen before.
Unprecedented.
It's bananas to see a super team formed in the NBA right in front of our eyes. And then we've also got, obviously, MLB opening day. Plus, as we talked about last week, I have caught up on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I am completely caught up through the most recent episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Scott is going to take over later on, and we're going to do that Marvel. Plus, we're going to do some bets with Mookie. He's, we'll see what he does with that.
I was just going to say, after you finish the MCU preview, I was like, yep, and again, I'm taking tonight off. But apparently I'm not. So yeah, let's bet on some sports.
We will get to all of that, but first, let's talk about these beers we're drinking. Scott, what beer are you drinking tonight, man?
Ooh, another heavy hitter. No Third Eye out of New Image Brewing, and they collaborated with Transient Artisan Ale on this one. 10%er DIPA. Most importantly, though, that 4.11 caps on tap. And I am already enjoying this one right here. This is a solid start to this brew.
We're rating our beers this week on the NFL schedule scale from 1 to 17. So what do you got on this one?
1.
Okay, there you go. Week 1. Scott's got a week 1 brew here. Mookie, what are you drinking tonight?
Tonight I'm drinking Lifestyle from the Separatist Beer Project. That's a cozy little spot out in Pennsylvania, Easton, Pennsylvania, which honestly I'm not sure where that is, but I'd love to find out. It is actually a Kolsch, so it's a little different. I don't do a ton of those. It's only 3.71 caps on Untapped, 5% ABV, but I'm digging it so far. It's crisp, it's fresh. It's getting to get warm out again, and that's the exciting thing. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a week 9, where the season is getting there. You're making a run for the playoffs. You're trying to line things up correctly. You know a little bit about your squad and stuff, so you're really kind of getting into form to push towards those fantasy playoffs until your star player ends up getting hurt and your world falls apart. So yeah, I'm giving it a week 9.
Fair enough.
High of 36 tomorrow for those of us thinking it's warming up.
Yeah.
Hey, it was 70 like 2 days ago. All right, come on now.
No, for opening day, but yes, it's warm now.
Hey,
Edon,
you can say what you want. I had porch beers on Monday, so I don't know why you're hating.
Edon, what craft beer from the Miller family are you drinking tonight?
So I'm hoping it's a craft beer. Obviously, I'm not completely sure if it is, but I've got it's my favorite beer. I got a nice Blue Moon tonight.
Oh, okay.
That is a very bottom rung craft beer. Congratulations.
That's a 101 class when it comes to craft beer.
Yes.
Is Sam Adams a craft beer?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Blue Moon's a craft beer.
Well,
All
Blue
right,
Moon's
let's
made by
go.
Miller Coors, so that's where the problem comes.
I'll rate this on the football schedule. Whatever week the Eagles have a bye week, because that's the only time they won't hurt me this year. So that's going to be my favorite week of the season.
Spoken like a true Eagles fan, baby.
That was definitely how an Eagles fan and how us Bengals fans feel too. This week, I'm drinking Darkest Day from Loveland Aleworks because it is always porter season. It doesn't matter if it's getting warmer out. It's always
right.
Porter or stout.
Jenna.
This one's actually a coconut and cocoa husks in this porter. So interesting ingredients in this one. 3.93 caps on Untapped, 7% ABV. On the NFL schedule, I would probably give this like a week 4 at this point. Like, we're still trying to get our footing. We're still trying to see what's going on. Are we really good? Are we not? I don't know. Depends on the competition. So we're going to have to see how this one plays out. Also, Joe saying the Eagles equals garbage. So there you go, Edon. Your friend's already capping on you and bringing your spirits down.
Yeah.
You can't even deny it. Like, that's
Can they get any lower than already looking forward to the bye week? Before the draft?
And Drunken Angels on Twitter said, Blue Moon, really? LOL. So Drunken Angels.
Hey, he's in college, man.
Blue Moon. Intro. That's why I said intro to craft beer. We'll see how our beers rate as the night goes on. Let us know in the comments what you guys are drinking tonight and hit it up on the NFL schedule rating from 1 to 17. Drunken Angel says Browns to the Super Bowl in 2021.
That's right, baby. That's right. Here we go.
Led by Brady Quinn.
Drew rocking his green Quinn jersey. Josh is drinking a Columbus Brewery Company IPA, 6.3%, and he says that's a week 1 go pack go. Fair enough.
Ruined it with that last part.
Good friend of the show, Scott, says I'm a Lions fan. What I wouldn't give to be an Eagles fan.
Hey,
sad,
Scott.
man. I feel
There's
so
always time to hop on someone else's bandwagon. Look, coming from a fellow Michigander, I gave up on the Lions a long time ago, and it feels good. Just get yourself a jersey, get drunk, get the first jersey that looks cool to you, ride with that. You'll be fine.
And the homie Robert Taylor, Eagles, Bengals, 49ers, and whatever team Drew roots for are garbage. Coming from the Kansas City fan himself. I don't know if we can ever pin another one of his comments.
So glad he's back. I missed him.
There we go. Drunken Angels chiming in. A Lagunitas IPA and Dogfish 90 tonight.
Nice.
Oh, getting tore up. I like it. That's how you do it on a Wednesday night.
Hell yeah.
Well done.
Lagunitas is legit.
And Dan drinking a hop slam tonight. Oh my God. These
10
you guys,
People going heavy.
you guys are not messing around tonight. I love it. These comments are going to be fire.
Yeah. We're in for a landmark show. I feel it.
I was going to say tomorrow's opening day. They ain't doing anything at work.
It's going to be fantastic. This is going to be a damn good show. All right, let's before we get into too much, listen, everybody. Flowers are blooming. The grass is growing, and it is time to mow that lawn. And thanks to our sponsor, Manscaped, you can trim the hedges below the belt safely and efficiently. That's right. I'm talking about ball trimmers. Manscaped The global leaders in men's below-the-waist grooming have an exclusive offer for our listeners. Just use the code BELLYUPPOD to get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Join the other 2 million men who trust Manscaped. They are here to make sure your balls are smooth and smelling nice. After all, it is time for some spring cleaning. Scott, how you liking these Manscaped gears that we got there, man?
I'm loving it, but these reads are one of my most anticipated parts of the week. They're fantastic. But listen, I have to re-manscape myself this weekend. It's time to clean up down there and get a haircut and everything. But in between, I've been using those nose hair trimmers, and I don't think people understand how clutch these come in. I don't like being able to tie my nose hairs to my mustache, and so with the nose hair trimmer, I can keep that from being a problem in between, cleaning everything up. So as underrated and as forgotten as it is, those nose hair trimmers, you got to get you some.
Dude, those nose hair trimmers are fantastic, and then like using them on your ear too, man. Like I'm at the point now where like I'm at that old man age where I'm starting to get like shaggy at the ears at times. I'm like, what the hell is happening here? Using those trimmers in my ears, oh, it's clutch.
It is nice.
Lawnmower, dude. It has completely changed my morning shower. I feel so fresh all the time, and that ball deodorant, dude. I can't tell you how many times I get done at the gym, and I'm like, actually not bad. This is all right. I can deal with this. I could throw on the jeans and not feel terrible about it. Drew, how's your balls feeling?
Real good. Little sore because like the best part about Manscaped, but the worst part is I just want to keep going back because man, when I get nice and clean and then throw on the anti-chafing, like oh my god, it's heaven. But I want to go back like every single day, and if anything is out of sorts, it's like all right, well, gotta dive back in. So I'm getting there. I'm working on my precision trimming a little bit because it started off as more of a we were clearing the entire field. Now we're trying to make sure that the sidelines are trimmed down and the greens are nice and clean.
Now you're keeping the fairways fresh. Good. Have you guys tried yet doing like any designs in the old throw?
I did not consider it till this moment.
I tried to do a heart for my wife, and it did not look like a heart by the end of it. But it was the thought that counts, right? It was the thought that counts.
So wait, you left it there instead of just going clean shaven and erasing your mistake?
I was like, look what I did for you. And she was like, thanks.
I gotta get the visual image of you trying to cut a heart from up top, dude. Please.
Edon, how's your balls, man?
They're doing fantastic.
Oh my god!
You know how to follow that up.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to. Listen, everybody, if you're listening to the show right now, go get the Perfect Package 3.0 kit. Keep your package looking, feeling, and smelling perfect. It comes with the Lawnmower 3.0, and no, you don't need to worry about priming or struggling to get this one started on the first pull. This cordless waterproof trimmer has a ceramic blade to cut through even the coarsest tangled bush. Plus, you get anti-chafing ball deodorant and the crop reviver to keep your balls smelling as fresh as those flowers popping up in your flower beds. And for a limited time, you get 2 free gifts, the Shed Travel Bag and the patented high-performance reduced chafing Manscaped boxer briefs that I'm wearing right now that feel amazing. Your comfort is going to go to the next level. Just go to manscaped.com. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code BELLYUPPOD at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Again, use that code BELLYUPPOD. It is time to turn that team in your pants around with Manscaped. Fellas, these reads are the best.
They are so good.
I love it so much. It's this sponsorship better continue. Drew,
I hope so.
Apologies to your sister, bro.
What?
Your sister is watching and said that was something
I
need to know about her brother.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure our other members of our family have been watching this for way longer and heard worse things. So, like, that's pretty mild. But what I did want to go back to this and figure out exactly why Robert Taylor cares about the first of the month EBT payments and making money off them. Robert, just tell me whatever you're doing's above board and you ain't taking advantage of
I
people,
got you.
all
I
right?
can handle that one. Robert Taylor, he slings chips. He's a Frito man. So he gets at the beginning of the month, it's a big month in the grocery store world. And then on top of that, it's Easter, and holidays are huge when it comes to buying chips and stuff. So man's banking.
That's
Man's going to be buying tons of chips. Yeah, he's slinging
Somebody's got to slang those half-filled bags.
You
Might as
got
well
it.
be Robert.
I was gonna say it. I was gonna say he's selling half bags of air. Damn, man, you beat me to it. Get out of my brain,
Dude,
bro.
some Fritos are so solid, though, man. For real, just the straight up corn chips.
Oh, that's good. What is
I'm
your
going chili
favorite?
cheese if I'm getting Fritos.
What's your favorite Frito product? Like, if you got to, Scott, if you got to pick one Frito Lay's product.
Ooh, man.
Cheetos all day.
Cheetos. Edon, what are you going with?
Oh,
I'm not a big chip fan.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
what do
fair
you
enough.
wait? What do you eat when you're drunk,
So-
though? What's your go-to drunk snack?
I can't eat when I'm drunk.
What?
Yeah, no,
Huh?
it doesn't work for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm weird like that.
Oh wait, you're like in your 20s and still
Yeah.
young, so never mind. You don't need.
I forget
you
to
need to be
eat when I'm
putting
drunk.
fuel in to even it out.
Yeah.
Drew, what are you? What's your Frito Lay go to?
Flamin' Hot Cheetos, legit. Every grocery order, we're getting 2 of those. That's the start. Like the minute I click buy, I put
Milk,
those 2 things
bread.
back in.
Blazing
Yep.
hot Cheetos.
Exactly. They know.
Ed wants to know if chips are a snack or an entree. I think that depends on how much buffalo chicken dip you've made. Joe's saying Lay's baked. That's the way to go.
No, Cheryl, not White Castle. No, White Castle is a meal. We're talking
No, but
snacks.
that's because you asked. She came in when you asked Edon, "What's he eat when he's drunk?" She answered a different question that you posed. You tried to take this off the rails conversation further off the rails.
Dude, I told you I'm not doing any work tonight. I'm just I'm straight wild card all 90 minutes tonight, boys.
Oh goodness gracious! Dan's saying
Nope.
flavor twists, honey barbecue. I gotta
Ooh,
go.
yeah.
I don't know how none of you guys said Doritos at this point. Like that's insane to me. That's the gold standard, right?
Mm.
No,
Oh.
I have to be in a mood for Doritos. I mean, if there's no Cheetos, I'll settle for Doritos. But
God, I
Now
don't-
those
I hate Doritos,
spicy
but
chili Doritos are fire.
I've not had those. I stick to
Oh,
the
you gotta
regular
check those
nacho
out.
cheese.
yeah,
I
I'm
stay
gonna
right-
go with the
Stay in
OG
my
red
lane.
bag. I don't need any of the special stuff.
Exactly. I go red bag over blue bag unless
Yes.
I'm making walking tacos. Then I go blue
Mm.
bag. Whew, that's a whole nother level.
What do you guys do about the dust on your fingers afterwards?
You gotta lick that. You
I was
gotta-
just gonna say, what the hell kind of question is that? You eat it.
Dude, I'm just looking for quick hitters here because
Wait, are there people that don't lick their fingers after eating Doritos?
I mean,
What kind of
there's
monster
heathens
are
everywhere.
those?
Probably the
That
same
sounds-
kind that flop it over when they go pee.
This some bitch right here.
okay.
This some bitch right here.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
you knew it
we're
was
doing
coming.
this. We're doing this. We're getting into this right now. We talked about this a little bit last week, and this I need comments on. I need to guys, you're gonna have to chime in on this one.
We need to shut Drew down.
It needs
on
to
this
happen.
one.
This was a conversation that started weeks ago, and the show was heavy. It was 75% to 25 on this show, how this broke down. And then Drew went to other sources and found like-minded crazy people like him. Guys, when you're peeing, do you go through the fly in your boxers and through your zipper, or do you unbutton, unzip, and go over top elephant style? I need to know because, and let's not tell people where we're at right now. Let's not divulge that. I need to know, do you go elephant style or through the zipper when you pee? This is going to be a new quick hitter question. We are completely divided on this. It's caused a lot of turmoil on the show. While you guys are chiming in on that, let's talk about this NFL schedule changes. We get a week 17. The players don't get an extra break, so fuck concussions, I guess. Like, what is the thinking behind this? I don't understand. Scott, I see little hands popping in on the microphone. So
You're gonna say, hi, you have your t-shirt on backwards, bro. Like I'm not
Crisscross,
look
baby.
at my son. Like
I respect that.
He's wearing his Kittle shirt, but it's on
that's a great shirt.
backwards.
he just
like-
wants Jordan just wants everybody to know who he reps. He reps.
Yeah,
Jordan
he's,
Kittle. I dig it.
he's
That's
doing
right.
it Nelly style where you wear your jersey
Oh
backwards.
God, yes.
Remember when that was a thing?
I do remember that. I also think your
All right,
camera
bud.
just got jacked up a little bit.
Yeah,
man.
I was gonna say you messed up my camera. All right, progress is over. Time to go back out.
Scott, what do you make of this week 17?
I think it's complete garbage.
complete garbage, right? Like
there's no reason to add an extra game other than the owners want more money. And I mean, they're using the pandemic and everything to kind of mask the fact that, you guys have wanted this for a while, but they've been pushing on this forever. So I think it's dog shit, but what are you going to do? I mean, it's the NFL. They're always going to do things that drives home the bottom line.
Well, and I guess their reasoning behind it was we got rid of a worthless preseason game to add this extra game that actually means something. So let's go ahead and have this Week 17 game. But isn't it true that like most of these Week 17 games are going to be worthless anyways because playoff spots are already figured out? Like, why are we pretending that this Week 17 game? I guess in some cases that's going to be meaningful, but you're not playing a division rivalry. Like they've done away with ending the season, at least for this season. You're not ending the season on a division rivalry that could be deciding the division. Instead, like the Bengals are playing the Niners in Week 17. I don't understand.
Well, I think the biggest travesty is that they didn't add an extra bye week. They didn't expand the roster size. They didn't expand the practice squad. They didn't expand game day roster size. So it's like, what incentive, like what did the players get out of this? More chance to get hurt, more chance to sit out games. Yeah, they damn sure ain't getting more money. Like the
the players are. They're getting more of a share because the players don't get the same revenue share in preseason games that they do in regular season games. But that's what's interesting, though, is because the players are always about, oh, man, like we get so banged up. We get, we go through these car wrecks every week and then we have to play. Yet they left that on the table. They didn't get the extra bye week, Scott, and they didn't expand the rosters, like you said. So you know what that really means? They don't give a fuck about their bodies or whatever. They're after their cheddar too. And I kind of respect it. But at the same time, that's where it's like, can we just all be above board about this and say it for what it is? Like, this is a money grab for everyone. The players realized they weren't going to actually get the things that they need to protect themselves. So they're just going to grab the cash like everybody else. And this is exactly why this is a great move. Yet I am still torn because you know what 17 weeks of regular season football means?
One extra week of sadness for most fan bases.
I was
one extra week of gambling wins that you get to put on the game. That's all it is, man.
Because Bob, Don's like, yep, that's right.
I love it. Any more games I can gamble?
One more week of action, baby.
No,
I love it.
Joseph's got it right, man. They should have just gone straight to 19 weeks. You could have had futures parlays on all kinds of stuff. Would have been amazing. But what I don't understand how to sort of like come to terms with is, what does this mean for my fantasy season? How does that part work out?
Well, that's going to be interesting. And Drew, your green screen's going a little crazy.
Yeah, I know what the fuck's going on there. That's
Dan
fun.
says that you nailed it. They all get paid, and we're all going to watch. And I guess that's the bottom line. Like, NFL fans are going to tune in. It doesn't matter how pissed we get, whatever they do, we're still going to watch because we're like hooked. We can't kick this drug. The other thing, too, that's interesting.
Who would want to?
They're talking more now, like more international games. They're talking about going to Germany.
No. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Right. So as part of this, now we got to wake up early on Sundays again. This is bullshit, man. I can't stand it.
No. It's you got to bet early on Sundays, and that's bullshit because we all know that you got to stay up to watching that Pac-12. You at least have to hit that Pac-12 fourth quarter. And if you're doing that, you're up to 1 a.m. Eastern, and then you want me to wake my ass up to be able to put a sober bet in by 7 a.m. Get out of here, dude. And you can't put a bet in before they put out the last minute game time decision injury report. So there is no way around it. This is bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
So now Drew is against this. He was
fuck these guys. They still because what they did is they added a week, but they've stolen games from me. I'm still down. My net number of games to win money on is down.
Look, man, that's the bottom line. However, the NFL can fuck everybody else over except for themselves, they're going to go for it. I mean, I think I would accept it more if they had expanded the rosters and added an extra bye week. I just think it's bullshit that they can continue to swear up and down that they care about player safety, but make these moves. Like, these aren't moves that suggest they give a shit.
I don't even think it's player safety. I feel like it's just they don't care about the players. Like they look at these players as
period.
Interchangeable.
They're just commodities.
Machine. Right. And it's like, all right, if you can't go 17 games, fuck it. There's a line of guys that will. So we'll just pop one of them in and nobody gives a shit. You're just a
meat
number,
grinder.
Yeah, you're just a number on a jersey that will switch a name on and people will buy the new fucking jersey and we make more money on doing that. So great, go ahead, get out. We don't give a shit anymore. Like it's insane to me that we are just accepting that this is what this company is, and everybody's just like, wait, but we get an extra week of it, so cool. Tune in, everybody. Sunday Night Football. Here we go. Who's Romo calling this week? Let's talk this draft. The draft had a bunch of shakeups this week too. Scott, your Niners jumped up in the draft, moved up to number 3, right? To take the QB of the future. Jimmy
traded away the next 200 picks.
How do you feel about that move to get who? Mac Jones? I almost said Tua.
Motherfucker, this Mac Jones shit. Look here. I am perfectly fine with the move because I trust Shanahan. I trust a couple other people in the building, and I'm going to lean on him because he's earned it. But I mean, this is it, right? Like they've now moved up, and they're going to he's going to tie his future and his career in San Francisco to whoever they take. So, dear God, just get it fucking right, man. Just get it fucking right. That's it.
I heard they're actually going to go with Justin Fields, though.
Well, yeah, but everybody's an expert, so I don't know. I mean, if it was up to me, I really want Zach Wilson, but I don't think he's.
That's legitimately who you want to pick. If you had your run of the lot, you would pick Zach Wilson.
Yeah, because that's who I think is the best in this class.
Matt Barr said if the 49ers traded up to 3 to get Mac Jones, lifelong Bills fan over here. He's bailing on the team. Would you bail, Scott, if they took Mac Jones at 3, if they traded up to get Mac Jones at 3?
No, I dealt with that fat fuck from Oregon as my head coach for an entire lost season. So I mean, I'm not going to bail on the franchise. I sat there when they hired Dennis Erickson and other guys that had no business
Dennis
being NFL head coaches. Like, I'm not going to bail on the franchise. It's just going to be, well, I guess we're back in the tank for another 5 to 6 years before things get well again. That's all it is.
Without any draft capital to pull yourself out of the tank,
it'll be great
for a long time. It's going to be a while until you get back. Speaking of making terrible draft moves, Edon, what the fuck happened to your boys this week, man?
I actually kind of like what they did this week.
You like it?
They basically admitted that we're not doing shit this year and we're going to lose this year. So why not just load up on the next year draft? We'll have potentially 3 first-round picks next year. I'm okay with it. So the guy making the picks is garbage at doing it, but
that's what
3 of them. You can't fuck them all up, right?
I don't know about
that.
The
Browns would like to have a word.
Yeah, that's where I think, yes, ideally what they've done is great because they've taken the page out of the Miami playbook of listen, we're going to tank, we're going to get all these first round picks, it's going to be great, and then we'll start building back up. And Miami clearly is doing what they should be doing and looking good and looking set for a while. But your GM is such garbage, man. I don't know if you can trust him making 3 first round picks.
No, you can't. The hope is he's fired by then, but there's no way. He's got something on our owner. He just doesn't want to get rid of him.
Spoken like a true fan.
I was going to say, at least you have a GM. I'm stuck with fucking Mike Brown over here, who's going to mess up this pick. Everything has shifted for the Bengals to where they can take the offensive lineman that will be able to protect Joey B for the foreseeable future, and they are going to mess it up and take Kyle Pitts with their pick. And then,
that'd be so dope, though.
I've got a former safety pretending to be a GM, so I mean, no GM, a guy in a suit.
Which is worse? Hang on. Let's do a quick sip, chug, drain, pour. Sip, chug, drain, pour. No GM, former safety pretending to be a GM, or just a terrible GM. Scott, sip, chug, drain, pour.
God, I guess I guess I'm sipping the safety, pretending to be a GM. I'm chugging the bad GM, and I mean, having no GM hasn't worked forever for the Bengals. So I guess that's the one I'll pour. It's like the worst sip chug drain pour of all time.
That's not a good one. Sip chug drain pour, Edon. A safety pretending to be a GM, no GM, or your terrible GM.
Yeah, I'll drain pour Howie Roseman because he's garbage. I'll sip on that fake safety trying to be a GM, and I'll chug on no GM because Jeffrey Lurie's already trying to be the GM. He's the owner, but it won't last long, so might as well try it.
Drew, who are you sip chugging and drain pouring here?
So I'm gonna drain pour what is it, the safety masquerading as a GM because I had to drain pour one. I'm gonna chug the no GM because I absolutely get a kick out of the Bengals and their fans suffering every single year. It is so fun to watch for me.
Thanks,
and then
appreciate that.
Yep, and then I'm gonna sip a terrible GM because I ain't got no pro team, so I am the GM of all my fantasy teams, and we all fucking suck. But I still do it every single year. Every single year. I've been in a dynasty league for close near a decade, and my ass has barely made the playoffs in half of them. So, I got to be honest. So I'm clearly sipping a terrible GM, chugging no GM, and drain pouring the safety as a GM.
So I'm going to sip the safety as a GM because at least they've got some experience with football. I'm going to chug the terrible GM because I feel like at least the terrible GM is better than no GM. And then I'm drain pouring the fuck out of Mike Brown and his goddamn stranglehold on the Cincinnati franchise. I hope this guy dies soon so that his daughter can take over and maybe hire a fucking GM to do things right in the draft. But it's probably not going to happen because she's raised by Mike Brown. She's like, I can handle this job too. And then they're going to be fucking terrible for the next 20 years. Let's move on, talk some NBA. Sorry, guys. I apologize.
All right.
Trey Lance is the right call in the draft, by the way. I'm just putting it out there right now. Scott, that's where you guys should go. Let him learn behind Jimmy G, then sell Jimmy G off to Belichick in New England, get a boatload of picks to package with Trey Lance, and just crush it.
Wait a second. How are you going to sell Jimmy G back to New England? Like, you think they're going to take him back
at the lowest point of his career? They're like,
oh man,
now he's gotten worse. We should trade
Bill Belichick lays in bed at night thinking of Jimmy G. We'll just say that. Yeah,
he loves him.
You think so? Why would he get rid of him if he loves him? Like, you have to feel like Belichick wouldn't have let him go
because as we
first round pick.
It was a second round pick.
Oh, it was second round?
You get a second round pick for a backup quarterback, you take that in an instant.
Not if you love him, man. Although here you go, Drunken Angel saying next season, yes, Jimmy G goes back to New England. So what the fuck do I know? I guess that's what's going to happen. Everybody seems to be on this one. Robert Taylor wants to know what he's going to learn behind Jimmy G.
I just replied to him. Literally, what he's going to learn is just how to operate in the NFL, like where you got to be, what you got to do, all the other bullshit that you don't do in college. He doesn't have to learn how to read defenses from Jimmy G. He already knows how to do it better than him to begin with. So it's none of that stuff. It's just literally the mechanics of it, balancing all the, the appearances on radio, talking to idiots like us, or, trying to get your sponsorship deals right. Like, he'll deal with that while Jimmy G is out there just getting crushed while the 49ers accumulate draft picks. And then they'll sell Jimmy G off to New England, use those draft picks to get playmakers for Trey, maybe a couple O-line help, and then boom. Super Bowl run, baby.
I was thinking more, he'll teach him how to look good on the cover of magazines and get busted with porn stars and stories nobody cares about.
Yeah.
He'll be like, your best ability is to be injured and not be on the field. Cash them checks, baby.
I say in the intro to every show, there's too much negative stigma attached to strippers. Same goes for porn stars. Jimmy G was getting himself out there and just looking beautiful. Like, let a guy breathe. All right. Like, y'all were all over my boy Jay Cutler's nuts all the time, giving him a hard time about this stuff. But you know what? He was just being him and soaking it all in. Let Jimmy G do the same. Trey Lance will have his time.
I don't think anybody cared that Jimmy G was banging porn stars. Like, I think it actually helped his cause among fans. Like, people were like, "Who's this guy?"
See, that's what I'm saying.
All right, cool, good.
Oh, I didn't say it was a knock. It's like, what are you going to learn from him? I mean, that's about.
Is that a bad thing to learn?
No, it's not a bad thing to learn. I'm just saying, what can you learn from Jimmy G? That's the list.
It is a short list.
Let's talk NBA real quick. There was a story that circulated. It started, Brian Windhorst was on a podcast, and he had mentioned that there's some subtle recruiting going on. If you don't know, LeBron and Steph played on the All-Star team for the first time ever this year. And after the game, LeBron was very supportive of Steph, and he was talking about how he's one of the greatest players, one of the greatest shooters to ever play the game, and what an amazing guy. He's completely revolutionized the game. And then Steph was like, isn't it awesome that I claim Akron as my hometown and you're from Akron too, and it's great to see
what the fuck, are you serious?
Yeah, Steph was born in Akron. He didn't grow up in Akron, but he was born in Akron. But he's like, isn't it great to see two Ohio guys at the top of the game? And Windhorst was like, that's the seed has been planted. LeBron is currently recruiting Steph to come to the Lakers. Steph has a contract extension option this year, at the end of this year. So the theory is that he doesn't extend with the Warriors and ends up going to the Lakers to join up with LeBron. Idan is shaking his head. You don't think this happens at all, or you don't think he's being? Do you think? Well, let's ask it this way: do you think LeBron is actually trying to recruit Steph to the Lakers?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He tries to do whatever he can to get whoever he wants, and which he should be fined and suspended for, because that's tampering right there.
Wow.
But also
over here. Side note, with this kid.
Side note: huge news. Joel Embiid is back.
Oh shit!
So we're feeling great now.
Well, we get that notification at least 3 or 4 times a year off the injury. So
trust in the process over there, Don. You're just trusting the process.
Still trusting that process. Years later.
Joe says that Steph Curry is the best player in the league. Changed my mind. I don't know if you can call him the best player in the league. Like, I feel like the best player in the league would do better with a scrub set of roster like Steph's got right now than what he's actually doing. So I don't know if I could call him the best in the league. I may say best point guard. Like, I'll give him best shooter. I don't know if I'd call him best player. Like, that's a bold claim. Scott, you think he's the best player in the league?
No, best shooter. I don't even know that. I don't even necessarily know he's the best point guard, because I would still want a more well-rounded point guard. And I mean, he's fine. Like, I love Steph, but he's definitely the best shooter, one of the best players in the game. But I mean, not to say the top. Like, you got to be able to do more than just shoot.
We got a lot of people.
Why we're even talking about this? This is stupid. Like, this is an easy thing to solve. The best player in the league right now is LaMarcus Aldridge. Because listen to me, hear me out. Because when he went to Brooklyn, it became a super team that's a problem now. All of a sudden, we got to deal with all of this, and now they're just buying up all the talent in the league. So clearly, he is the best player in the league, because him moving from sitting on his ass in San Antonio to playing with those cats changes the power in the league. So he is clearly the best player in the league. Steph Curry, who?
In fairness, it wasn't Aldridge. The super team claim started when Blake Griffin went to Brooklyn. Like, that's when people started, and that was my favorite.
See, that's what I thought. But I didn't want to put up my boy Blake and then be wrong for LaMarcus.
No, you're right though, because when LaMarcus went, they were like, "Oh my God, they just keep adding to the super team." And they asked Blake Griffin about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I think this is kind of funny because my whole career I've heard that I'm terrible, and then I come here and they're like, wow, it's a super team now." So I feel like that he flipped the script on him. Scott, would you want to see LeBron and Steph? I mean, let's take the Lakers out of it.
No.
Because I know you hate the Lakers. Would you want LeBron and Steph on the same team anywhere besides LA?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you would like to see it.
I mean, I don't have a problem with super teams. I have a problem with the Lakers, period. So I don't give a shit. Like, Lakers need to be bottom of the league every single year. Whatever it takes for that to be the case, I don't care.
Don's nodding like, yep, that's
them, the Knicks and the Celtics. It's a good year if the 3 of them stay at the bottom, and we don't have to hope for it for the Knicks. They
just do it anyway.
But I mean, I think the league's a better place when the Lakers and Celtics suck.
All right, Scott, Edon, I got you guys here. Real quick though, Ed Mahal apparently still thinks Gary Clark's the best player in the league. I don't think he's actually in the league, but nice try, Ed. I'd like to know what you're drinking tonight, though, because you're clearly blacked out already. Scotty Don, this may help, though. Just do what I do when talking about that team from Los Angeles and see through all the marketing and the fake bullshit and realize that their jerseys, they're actually the LA LeBrons. They're not the Lakers. They're not the Lakers. They just have jerseys that have a similar color palette, but they're actually the LA LeBrons because that's who's running the show. It's got nothing to do with that franchise back in the day. Jeannie Buss ain't doing anything over there. I don't think she still understands where her checks are coming from.
Well, and impress me too would be like, all right, y'all team up on like the Grizzlies. Nothing like that powerhouse in Memphis, or go to Portland and team up there. Like, I want it to be one of these franchises that they're always like, well, they're just never gonna do anything unless they draft a guy and then they're gonna leave. Don't go with one of these traditional powers. Impress me by going there. Like, could you imagine if the Charlotte Hornets buzz City in those ugly ass jerseys? Yeah, LeBron and Curry rocking those. That would be like, all right.
That's fair, but dude,
Charlotte.
No, you could put KD, LeBron, Doncic. I don't know. We'll have Chris Paul run the point. Whatever. You could load up Memphis all you want. They're never, ever, ever, ever going to win an NBA title because that is some goddamn good barbecue down there. Just like Atlanta will never win because of them lemon pepper wings.
How about Lou going to Atlanta? That was a nice move.
Fantastic.
Lou getting sent to Atlanta is fantastic. I love it. Okay, so let's go back to this Brooklyn super team idea here. Now that Brooklyn is like beefed it, they've clearly gone chips all in. Like this is their year. They're making the push. They want the title this year.
They pushed all the Doritos in the middle of the table.
All of the Doritos.
All the Doritos and the
table. They opened up their bag, and the half of the bag that was filled with chips have all been pushed into the middle of the table at this point.
You know what this shit is about that? They say there's all the air in the bag so the chips don't break. The motherfucking chips are always broken.
That's
always.
What I'm saying. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's why it's bullshit.
It's absolute bullshit. But you know what's not broken is Pringles.
Yeah, they stack all of them in there all the way up to the top and don't try to sell you a dream about empty space being needed.
And what people don't realize is you get as many chips from a Pringles can as you get from one of them motherfucking bags.
Well, and then but the inverse is they stack them together so that they don't break. So I would challenge Frito-Lay, fine, give me more chips, fill up the bag, and then nothing gets crushed. I don't have to worry about a little bit of air.
Robert Taylor defending with the defense he always comes to. You will not tolerate the slander. That's from merchandising. He blames people on the chips being crushed.
That's fine. I didn't blame Robert Taylor. I was saying Frito-Lay's. He should stop being so insecure.
All right. So, anyways, Brooklyn goes all in. They are now, the front runner, I guess. Like everybody assumes. I haven't checked the odds on my book. They're not the front runner, Don?
Not a Sixers are.
Okay. All right. The Sixers. Now that Embiid's back.
The best part is I'm not even joking.
Are they?
Are you serious?
Seriously?
Well, in my mind, at least.
Okay,
they can totally handle Brooklyn.
Well played, Don. Well played.
Oh shit!
Oh, boo you!
Boo you!
That is terrible. Do the Nets bring this one home, Scott, or do they find a way to choke this away?
No, because you got fucking KD and Michael Rappaport out here with their drama.
Oh my god!
Like you're sitting here and you're trying to build a super team, and then KD goes KD. Look, I love KD, but man, he makes it fucking hard. Burner accounts, bitching on DMs, and then Michael Rappaport. You need to distance yourself from that dude in anything you do in life. Like once upon a time, Michael Rappaport wasn't a piece of shit. And then over the last 15 years, he's just evolved into one of the biggest pieces of shit.
See, that's why I like him, because we're all pieces of shit. He's just honest about it and getting paid.
For those of you that don't know, that Mike Rappaport leaked some DMs between him and KD, where KD basically called him out. There's a lot of homophobic slurs, and there was he basically said, "Come to 17th Street, we'll fight."
Does KD look like a real bitch?
Yeah. but it's a work, right? Like, this is a work. This isn't real, right? This is totally fake and set up, and this is Michael Rappaport.
This has got to be real because we've already seen KD all over the internet. Oops, got busted. One of those accidental accounts. Like, KD is the greatest 25. Like, dude, just stop. Like, somebody step in. Twitter took away media from that other president we just ditched. Can they take it away from KD? Because he can't handle it, apparently.
All right. All I want to ask and chime in on this topic is does this put the I don't give no damn about no Drake night drop in a different light now? Like, does that have a different
thing.
Yeah.
Like, KD is ruining everything I love about him. It's like, it's hard to support him. It's hard to be all about KD when he does stuff like this. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, just put the phone down.
No. See, I think now you have convinced me this is 100% of work. Like, he's got videos on his Twitter where he's upset because when KD was with the Warriors, KD invited him out to a game and he got tickets. KD gave Rappaport tickets to the games, and he was in the 6th row. And he was like, listen, I wasn't mad about that. But then he was confronting KD after the game, like, hey, man, I want splinters on my feet. I want to be on the floor. Like, this is all bullshit. This is Rappaport just getting his name out there and trying to cover up the fact that his lawsuit against Barstool is a fucking dumpster fire. Like, this dude is a complete joke. Yeah, he's suing Barstool. Like, Rappaport is suing Barstool.
Well, not anymore. It got thrown out.
It did get thrown out?
Yeah, he had no crowns on it.
Dude, I'm so sick of Barstool. Mike Portnoy and his bitch ass. Like, I'm tired of that kid.
It's Dave Portnoy.
Whatever. See, exactly.
I agree. No, I'm with you on that. But I was interested in that lawsuit because it was two complete douchebags going up against each other, and I wanted to see who would out douchebag who in the lawsuit. And it turns out the judge was like, "You're both douchebags. Get the fuck out."
See, that's where we need to bring back the gladiator battles. And let these two assholes, and that's what they should have said. No, you're both douchebags. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in this ring. You're going to fight to the death. And at the end of the day, all that's changed is there's one less of you.
Now, see, you said gladiator, and I immediately thought, I'm here for watching them do the old school gladiator finale, like, and whoever wins the lawsuit. But I don't want to watch these two idiots in a pit. I mean, I'll tune in to watch them joust each other and do that type of shit.
Here's the thing. We could even do it. We could do it American Gladiator style, but they would both
I want Turbo.
Maybe both would be so embarrassed that they would both just disappear.
Balls at their faces. That's what I want.
So we could do it the metaphorical style where they're like public whatever dies and we never have to hear from or deal with them again.
With all the fucking revives that we've had over the why hasn't American Gladiators had a reboot? Like, there aren't enough roided up people to get American Gladiators back on. And here we go. Edon, do you even know what the fuck American Gladiators is? I knew it. I knew it. And that's a travesty. Dude. We need to reboot. I'm starting the movement. # bring back American Gladiators.
No, I'm 100% on board with this. Gladiators definitely needs to come back.
Gladiators, ready?
Oh, man. That'd be amazing.
Chills, man.
What was your least favorite American Gladiators event? Because I think mine was when they got in the hamster balls and had to roll up on the little things and like set off the smoke would come up through. I hated that event because nobody could do it right, and you'd get to that they'd get to that little hill.
Overroll it.
Yeah, because you had to get to the hill, and then like you settled in, and then the smoke would go, and everybody was like, or like that.
My least favorite one was the one where they're sitting there shooting the Nerf guns at like each different station, and they had to hit the thing. They were horrible shots.
It was not that hard, right?
I would always sit there and watch it and be like, I'd be so good at this, but the contestants always suck so much.
No, the contestants sucked, but the reason why that event was amazing was because the Gladiator was pelting them with tennis balls, like shooting tennis balls from a platform.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I just would get pissed at how bad the contestants were.
That's fair.
I was just going to say, Robert, they did. I just remember that because I was researching potato chips. They did. It was like
I mean,
3
if
to
the
5 years
XFL can
ago.
get like 25 reboots, we can't get one American Gladiator reboot. That's
Also,
worth a damn?
Robert Taylor, don't be chiming in about when they rebooted the American Gladiators and don't respond to my Lay's Stacked question about which flavor's best. I need to know which one's the go-to flavor, so I test it at its best.
Oh, okay. You guys are talking chips in the comments. Great. I'm glad Drew really is. He's really all in on tonight's show. He's
Wild card, baby. Tomorrow's opening day. Like, I don't know what your deal is, man. Shit.
Let's talk opening day. Let's talk baseball briefly because we don't want to lose our fans. Robert Taylor was asking about doing that Marvel. We are going to get to that here in a few minutes. The only thing I don't want to go too far into baseball talk because it's a long season. We got a ways to go until the Reds are clearly the front runners in the NL, and I don't want to shoot my load too early. But I did want to talk about this tweet that came out. Edan shared it with us earlier. Edan, you found a tweet about the top selling jerseys so far. Is this just so far this year that these jerseys have been selling?
I want to say it's throughout the off season since the season ended. And the most shocking part of it is seeing the best player in baseball, Michael Trout, number 10 on the list, behind Kike Hernandez, a guy who's one accent mark away from an anti-Semitic slur, somehow is ahead of Mike Trout.
Wow.
I didn't see that one coming. Oh,
wow.
God.
Unfortunately, I think you just answered your own question as to why that jersey is so top selling.
Yeah.
There's a large group of the population that gets that and rips that
All the
accent
Myers
part
Leonard
off.
fans.
Yeah,
Oh, dear God. Except for they don't have his first name on the back of the jersey. So I hope that's the reason these idiots are buying it. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna be real racist, and then but it says Hernandez on the back.
How confused are they when that's their reasoning for buying the jersey, and then they get a name like Hernandez on the back, and they're like, oh God damn it, what the fuck just happened? Shit. They're gonna come take my guns now.
Okay,
number
back up,
10. That's
but back up though, like that. As crazy as that is, can we pause for a moment on the fact that Mookie Betts is the number one selling jersey in Major League Baseball? There's
That
like
doesn't shock
10.
me.
No. Here's why. There's like 10 black players in all of baseball, and somehow one of them has the best selling jersey. Like what?
Well, Scott, did you see the footnote though? Because it includes jersey sales from when he was with the Dodgers and the Red Sox.
No, I know,
right?
but it doesn't matter. The fact that there's 10 black players in baseball and one of them has the best-selling jersey, like the odds are completely against that happening.
You did
Wait,
that.
are you
Scott.
fixing to name those 10
No,
black
actually, I was just going to say, Scott actually tried to make he went through the one. He tried to make the
couldn't even
all
fill
black
the
baseball team
lineup.
and couldn't fill out a
There
decent
isn't
roster.
a black American black-born baseball catcher in all of the sport. The team had no catcher. I had like 10 outfielders and no other positions.
Robert Taylor coming
Dude, but
in
your
with a
pitching
hot
was
take.
solid though, right?
No, the
Oh,
pitching
no.
was horrendous.
Good fielding, great fielding.
No,
and great
dude, are you kidding? Dwight Gooden, one of the best starting pitchers of all
Current.
time.
Oh,
right now.
current
now.
He's
baseball
cracked up, though.
players, man. Not
Oh.
all time. Yeah, all time I could field the team perfectly fine. But in 2021, if I was like, man, I'm going to assemble a 25, 26, whatever, man squad of just black baseball players, I got to about 15 and it was like, Jesus Christ, we're going to have to ask these guys to do things they've never done before to fill out this squad. Like, hey,
Interesting
David
phrasing.
Price, I know you pitch every 5 days. So in between those other 4 days, can you catch? Like, that's what we're doing.
I mean, how hard can catching really be?
So the fact that, like, Mookie Betts, you might have to pitch. You might have to be our Shohei Ohtani because we don't have enough to fill out this starting rotation.
we do need more Shohei Ohtanis, but the reason I try to tee up the Dwight Gooden thing again is when you texted.
Hang on. Wait a second.
What?
Hang on, real quick. No. Hang on. No. This
Hang
is
on.
not that.
Hang on.
Don't be upset about this. Don't be upset about my interrupting you because you just said we need more Shohei Ohtanis. So you want more guys who can pitch and who can hit. So by that stance,
no DH, baby.
There you go. Get rid of the DH. There it is. I got him. We do away with the DH. Oh my god. Woo. That's well done. What just happened? You're not paying attention to the show, so I don't know what's going on.
No, I'm not. Wisconsin just won the women's hockey national championship in sudden victory by banking the shot in off a defender.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, hey, you got to respect the sport, right? Like, it's quality hockey.
You do got to respect the sport. Listen, Robert Taylor is in the comments saying that Trout is not the best player in the league right now, that it is, in fact, Mookie Betts. That's why his jersey is the number one selling jersey. He says that everybody says Trout is the best, but Trout doesn't win a requisite for being the best, in my opinion. Scott,
okay,
how are you gonna take that?
Because that's such a stupid, flawed argument. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and argue that Mookie Betts isn't one of the best players in the game. I mean, yeah, arguably he is. But Mike Trout not being because it doesn't win, well, yeah, he's also played on a franchise that decides it doesn't want to win. And in baseball, more than in any other sport, like, it doesn't matter what you're doing as an individual if you don't have the team around you. Like, you know.
He doesn't pitch. Like, pitching is so important in the MLB that
like Mike Trout has done his job every single year of his career. Like, there's nothing more Mike Trout could do. And Mookie Betts, like, that argument, it's like, well, yeah, he played on Boston, who paid a bunch of money to build a super team and win, and then goes to the Dodgers, who paid a bunch of money at a super team to win. Like, the Angels just don't do it like that. So Mike Trout has perpetually been stuck on a team that's shit.
So,
Scott,
but
you got two boys in the top 20 on this top selling jerseys.
Hey,
you got your Acuna jersey. There you go. Acuna,
I also have my Freddie Freeman jersey upstairs, so you know I'm trying to bring the heat.
I gotta be honest, man. If I go all season without seeing that GIF of Freddie Freeman like doing that awkward dance,
you won't.
Best. I know I won't because as soon as
I might put it in the chat right now.
Yeah, you probably would.
It's the best white guy dance ever.
Best white guy dance ever? I don't know about that, man.
Okay, Mark Madsen at that Lakers parade back in the. I gotta give it to Mark Madsen.
So hold on. The real question is though, Edon, did you see the Jimi Hendrix jersey that the Sounders are coming out with for this season?
Yeah, that shit looks awesome.
Dude, it's so sick. Like, there are some fresh kits this year, but I got to be honest. Hit me.
The Orlando women's soccer team, they came out with a outer space themed jersey, and that's just nice.
The NWSL, man, respect right there. Oh, they got some solid kits.
Did you see the U.S. men's national under-23 team didn't qualify for the Olympics?
Yeah, those bunch of assholes. Let me tell you what. God, absolutely ridiculous.
That's
I don't understand what they're doing down there. Like, these boys have all the skill and talent they need to actually win, and they can't even be mediocre. Like, that's all we ask for here in Cincinnati and this country, really, is just be mediocre and qualify so then we can get pissed when you lose in the first round. Yes, Ed Mayhall, basically, we're trying to be the NSYNC of boy bands, but they can't even live up to that level.
Here we go. Edon said he was ready to debate this, and I feel like he's going to defend this horrible showing of the under-23 team. Now, hang on. Before you get into your arguments, let me preface it by saying I've heard it all. I get that a lot of the guys on our senior roster are under 23, and if they were playing in this game, would have bounced through Honduras.
No.
That's great. But here's the other thing. The rest of the roster should still be able to beat fucking Honduras. All right? That's all I'm saying. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
Yeah, no, it's fucking embarrassing to lose to Honduras and not qualify for the third time in a row. But again, like, our U23 team is our senior team, and they're not allowed to play in these qualifiers. So when you have like the B or C team, U23 team, of course you're gonna lose. You have no shot. You're trash.
Bull fucking shit.
Talk about all the skill that we have. They don't have skill.
That is absolute garbage.
Name one guy playing that game.
It doesn't matter. We shouldn't have to name them. Do you know how many millions of dollars we pour into our ODP, bro?
I know we're pathetic. But our national team, our senior team is still good. Like,
no, but they're fucking not. Are you kidding me? What did they do in the last World Cup? Oh, that's right. They sat on the fucking couch at home.
None of these guys were able to play
exactly.
In that last
and what
World
did they
Cup.
do in the under-23s the last cycle when they were on the under-23s as the A squad, while the other assholes like Altidore were losing in the World? Oh, they weren't in the World Cup. We have a franchise of losers in this soccer program. You can't defend it because we haven't made the Olympics in 3 straight fucking cycles. So even if this is the B squad here, the A squad is not doing shit.
They haven't had a chance to do shit.
Do we still say that?
They don't have a chance to do shit. Are you kidding me? We play in one of the easiest confederations on the entire motherfucking planet. There are teams in Africa that are better than us, and they don't even have sponsorships with Adidas or Nike. They're rolling with like Joma and whatnots. Like, are you kidding? This team hasn't had a chance. What more could have been done for them to get them to where they need to be to say they have a chance? Because you know what's happened? The women have gone out and actually won world titles with a quarter of the support that the men have had.
Alex Morgan, baby.
So, Idan, what would you change if you were put in charge of the U.S. men's national team?
I don't even know how to answer that. There's so much to change. But on the bright side, 2026 right around the corner.
We qualify for this one because we're hosting
2026 right around the corner.
He said,
spoken like a true Eagles fan.
Oh my God, listen, guys. I don't know if it, but 2026 things are looking up.
2026, it's our year.
These young kids these days.
All right, listen, that's enough soccer talk. Man, it was such a disappointment.
All I'm saying is, Idan, this ain't the fucking Philadelphia Soul. All right.
Whoa,
this is serious football.
Fighting words. Bon Jovi wants to get at you, bro.
Wait, does Bon Jovi have a stake in the Philadelphia Soul?
He was their principal
dude,
owner.
Are you serious?
Dude.
You didn't know that?
He's their owner?
Like from the word go, him and Jaws.
Dude, he legit goes to a lot of the games too, I've heard.
Him and Ron Jaworski were like the sole owners.
I knew that. I knew that.
Guys, wait.
I knew that Drew Carey has an ownership in the Seattle team, and I knew that David Beckham was like involved with Miami somehow.
Fuck David Beckham.
Well, yeah,
Beckham owns an MLS team.
Yeah, Miami, right? The Miami squad. Yeah, I knew that one, and I knew Drew Carey was in Seattle, but I didn't realize that Bon Jovi. I also knew that Bon Jovi owned the Arena Football League team in Philadelphia, but I didn't realize he translated that into success in owning a soccer team as well. All right.
No, he doesn't own the soccer team. You know who does own it? You know who is a part owner of the Union? Kevin Durant.
That's right, he is. I forgot about that.
Well, basically,
oh, boy.
So basically, Kevin Durant should stick to footy.
Well, Kevin Durant couldn't afford a share of a NBA team like Drake did, so he had to find the next best thing.
I also don't think you can partially own an NBA while you're in it.
No, he could do something else. He could have gone to other major 4 sports like baseball or you know, damn about no Drake. But hey, Idan, I just had a great idea. Once we all get our 5G chips implanted in us, we road trip up to Philly, meet you there, and then hit up a Phillies game. Maybe we get a Union game in if we can find the right weekend, you know, and just you can show us the real underbelly of Philly where we belong.
I am so here for it.
Weekend
of a lifetime for you boys.
Yeah, absolutely right. We'll remember half.
Shout out Cannons Tomahawks podcast hanging out on Periscope. What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Ed Mayhall said, I thought we were talking AFL. All right, let's get off the soccer talk. Let's go to another topic that people probably don't care too much about. I caught up on the MCU. I'm done. I caught up.
Well, I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah, it's good to go.
Bye, Drew. We'll see you later.
Scott has said, as soon as I finished this, Scott was like, give me the reins during the show because he wants to take over and we want to do that Marvel. I don't have a cool sound cue or anything like that for this one, Scott. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
I'm just hearing the Avengers theme playing in my head throughout this segment. So
me too.
Copyright laws and shit.
All right, I'm turning it over to you, man. It is now you are driving.
Let me just say that first of all, I'm so proud of you.
I know
this was a marathon, not a sprint, and it takes a lot of endurance. 10 years to catch up on all this stuff, and I'm very happy that you embarked on this endeavor.
It was a daunting task, and Jared rightfully saying, "Jesus, Mike, about time." Yes, I realized how far I was. And just for those of you that may not have seen the show in our early days, I also, up until recently, had never seen any Star Wars movies. And Scott,
I made him do that too.
To watch every Star Wars. I'm caught up on Star Wars, and now I'm caught up on the MCU. And I'm feeling great, man. Like I definitely have missed out. I wish I would have seen a lot of those in theaters because I'm sure the experience was way better than watching it on my phone while I was doing dishes.
Absolutely. So I mean, we're just going to start off real simple. I mean, I need to know, what was your absolute favorite?
Oh, absolute favorite is tough. I would probably say this is going to be a little controversial, but I think that my favorite was probably Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, just because that was the first one to come in with a kind of a different tone than all of the other movies. And man, that was a solid movie. I laughed really hard at that. Chris Pratt's dancing at the end of it had me fucking dying during that scene. I think that's probably my favorite.
Drunk Angels wants to know who I think the best pitcher in the Brave system is. And I mean, it's between Soroka and Anderson long term. Those are the two that are going to be the best. But anyway, sticking to the MCU.
And just real quick, I see Matt Barr and Robert Taylor both mentioning Ragnarok. Ragnarok, I had such low expectations for that one because Thor 1 and Thor 2 were such garbage that when it came to Ragnarok, I was like, I don't even want to watch this movie.
And what did I tell you leading up to it?
Trust me, watch it. You're going to love it. And I did, and it was fantastic. Huge fan of Ragnarok. I was laughing from the beginning when Thor was spinning, and he was like, wait, hold on, I'll be right back around. I was dying. It was such a well-done movie.
So two real quick questions for you guys. One, are we still talking cartoons? And then two, please tell me you did the quad shot when both Edon and I were just gone while you two were talking cartoons.
What was your least favorite one, Mike? Least favorite?
I'm tempted to say one of the Thor movies, but I think my least favorite was probably The Incredible Hulk.
Now I'm going to delete that one because it's too easy to do that one. That one's the forgotten one. And thanks to Ed Norton bailing on the whole thing, it's more or less.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Then I got to get used to seeing Ruffalo in there as Bruce Banner. So if I'm not allowed to say Incredible Hulk, God, that's tough.
Why was it Thor 2? Let's just get to brass tacks. Thor the Dark World. It's just garbage.
Both of the Thor movies were terrible. So I'd put them both as the bottom, just ahead of Incredible Hulk.
Oh, I got
fair enough. And Robert Taylor is absolutely correct. Ruffalo is better than Norton anyway. Like, as much as I enjoy it.
Okay, wait, hold on. But I can weigh in on this one because I know who those people are, and absolutely Mark Ruffalo is a better Hulk than Edward Norton, hands down.
I agree. I 100% agree. I just had to suffer through watching Edward Norton as
all right. Now,
I didn't watch a lick of that, but I know it's true.
After you got past, the first couple, when Hollywood realized the superhero thing wasn't going away, all of a sudden you started seeing all these big name actors pop up throughout. I mean, you even have big name actors that are still trying to get in because it's basically guaranteed paychecks. Who's your favorite actor from, you take away the superheroes, but who's your favorite actor that popped in any of these movies, throughout all of them?
Oh, wait, I got to take away the superheroes? I can't.
Yes. I mean, obviously the superheroes are who they are, but I'm saying, who came in and played a role that you're like, holy shit, I can't believe they got this person to do this role, and then they killed it. As an example, I can't believe how amazing Robert Redford was in Winter Soldier as the bad guy. He fucking killed it. Robert Redford.
Robert Redford is the shit.
Right, and he has a serious acting pedigree. No, I'm not surprised. I'm saying for him to come into he's one of those actors who doesn't need to come into a superhero universe. It doesn't need this for his resume, but he comes in, kills it, does, Robert Redford things, and it's amazing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's all sorts of people who pop into these movies throughout the whole thing that play sometimes bit roles or whatever. I mean, Glenn Close is in Guardians of the Galaxy, for Christ's sake. So, like, who is your favorite, like, non-main focal character?
I'm going Goldblum. Even though he was
Goldblum,
focal character in Ragnarok, like he was when I saw him, right? The way he delivered, like the way he played that bad guy was solid. A big fan of Goldblum.
So, like, how many hours of your life did you waste watching this shit?
Waste is an interesting way to describe it. I spent. I mean, there's how many movies are in the MCU plus?
All right, let me just hold on. I'll retract the waste. I'll retract the waste. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say waste hours, but how many hours did you dedicate to this?
The entire MCU. I mean, these movies date back to when we were like barely out
2008.
So yeah.
Can you give me a ballpark? 150?
I don't know. However long they take. Some of those movies are like 2 hours long. Some are 3. Like,
oh my God, you're impossible.
It's a lot. It's a lot of hours. A lot of hours well spent, I would say.
Well, no, because what I really want to know. Sorry, go ahead, Scott. What was that?
Anyway,
this can't be right.
So
it says 49 hours.
Shut up. Let's start getting into the nitty gritty here. Who is Clint Barton?
Oh, Clint Barton. Yeah, that's Clint Barton. I love Clint Barton, man. That guy, when he popped up on the screen, I was like, Clint motherfucking Barton. I mean, listen, if you don't know Clint Barton, did you even watch the MCU? Right?
Yeah, you clearly didn't, because Clint Barton is better known as Hawkeye.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Clint Barton. You're like, Clint Barton's in this. Was sweet. Clint Barton, he comes in and he's the farm gets wiped out and his kids are gone, and then he comes in and saves the world, because like he's also the Avenger at first, and people are like, come on, Clint Barton. What kind of Avenger name is that? Clint Barton. And then he's there and he does things. He helps out.
Fair enough.
So
we're gonna move more towards the end of the MCU more recently. So I got a sip, chug, drain pour for you.
Ooh, okay.
We're gonna go with Scarlet Witch, Agatha Harkness, and Darcy Lewis.
Can this be a group play? Can this be an all play?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Don, Mookie, chime in. Sip, chug, drain pour. Scarlet Witch, Agatha Harkness, and Darcy Lewis.
Do you guys want to go first there? Drew, you want to go first?
Not.
Googling?
I need to Google.
Don, you look very confused on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
What was the third? Scott, what was the third one? Scarlet Witch, Agatha Harkness,
Agatha Harkness, and Darcy Lewis. You're gonna enjoy
Listen,
Darcy
I know
Lewis.
Drew. I know what Drew would pick.
Oh, yeah.
Darcy Lewis. Drew is 100% sipping Darcy Lewis. Listen, I gotta go. Okay, so I texted you while I was watching WandaVision. I said, Catherine is a national treasure. Agatha was such a good character, and I think she played that one so well. I'm gonna sip Agatha. I'm gonna chug Darcy Lewis for 2 obvious reasons, and then I'm gonna drain pour the Scarlet Witch.
That's fair. I actually was shocked. I figured putting you in a position that you had to choose our favorite Kat Dennings would make you immediately pour her out. So that shows growth. Now we've got some questions from some of our listeners.
Hold on a minute here. I didn't.
Oh wait, that's right. Mookie
wanted
to chime in. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but Mike did actually nail the first one. So yeah, that one makes it kind of easy. So I feel conflicted here because I don't want to drain pour anyone, but I'm going to stay true to the game. So he was absolutely right that I am going to sip Darcy Lewis. I have loved her since Two Broke Girls because, I mean, she's just spot on. Agatha Harkness, I feel like we would just hang out and have a good old time. But I got a soft spot for just the fiery redhead of the Scarlet Witch, judging by the Google images. That's basically, I mean, yeah, that's basically my research. That's what I know of Scarlet Witch and Agatha Harkness. I do love what's her name that's playing her in WandaVision, the actress. She cracks me up from Parks and Rec back in the day, but like if we're gonna sip, chug, drain, pour, sip Darcy Lewis, chug the Scarlet Witch, and then well, unfortunately, pour Agatha Harkness, who looks old too. I feel bad pouring an old woman.
Anyway, we're moving on to our faithful listeners who sent in some questions. Tyson Thorpe wants to know, can you name the main black superheroes? We'll just go main black superheroes.
Does Nick Fury count as
absolutely Nick Fury? Go ahead.
So Nick Fury also, I was shocked when I found out how Nick Fury lost that eye. That was a shocker in Captain Marvel.
How did he lose that eye?
Oh, he lost
a night of drinking tequila.
No, a cat scratched his eye out. A cat scratched his eye out, and he
good because I have a question about that too. Continue though.
Wait a minute. This dude's a superhero and he gets beat by a cat?
Yep. Nick Fury. Then we got Falcon. Do I have to give real names or can I go superhero names? Is that
Sam Wilson, you're good.
Falcon. Then you got if I got to go real names too, T'Challa or Black Panther.
No, look at you! Look at you showing the fuck off!
That's what's up, baby. And then here's where I'm gonna fall apart. Don Cheadle playing the fake Iron Man. That's the other guy.
Cheadle playing the fake Iron Man. Actually, that was pretty impressive. By the way, the fake Iron Man is War Machine, and his name is Rhodes.
Not Iron Man. The Iron Man that's not Iron Man. That guy.
The other guy, the black. Sticking with the black theme, which of the films did Black Widow first appear in? Tyson wants to know.
She first appeared in the first one where there was it was like a bit role that she popped in early on in the phase 1. That one.
Oh, okay, cool. You don't care to nail down a film?
Listen. We don't have to go with a specific title. We all know that Black Widow popped in as like a bit character and was like, "Hey, you're gonna find out what I'm all about later on in this MCU," and then she kind of disappeared for a couple movies and then was back. So yeah, that's
Robert Taylor is correct. Iron Man 2 is the answer we were looking for.
Okay,
but
hey, Edon, can I get a heat check, proof of life over there, bud? You still with us?
We're doing great.
All right, right on, brother.
The moon has us feeling good.
We will get through this too, my friend. You know, like they say, when you have a bad trip, this too will pass.
And speaking of Robert Taylor, he wants to know what kind of alien Goose was. You said the cat scratched out Fury's eye, but what kind of alien was the cat?
Oh, I know the answer to this one. It was the one from Men in Black.
God damn it.
No, it was wait, the cat was an alien? Hang on a second.
You don't remember the tentacles coming out of it?
Nah,
dude, cats. I mean, that's kind of normal.
Listen,
right?
Let me be honest right now. I watched a lot of these.
Let's be real.
After the kids went to bed, and a lot of times I drank bourbon and like a lot of bourbon.
Attaboy.
And there were times where I was watching them while I was editing the show on Wednesday nights, and there was like bourbon after the show.
Okay, cool. Flurgan is the answer we were looking for.
Yeah, well, listen, I was gonna get there and say flogging, but you didn't let me.
I said Flurgan, but okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Flogging. We didn't ask what you were doing to yourself during these movies. Jesus Christ.
That's why I didn't know what movie Black Widow was in.
Oh, hey, I'm okay with that. Especially if it's during Iron Man 2. I mean, it's like, oh, ScarJo. Wait, there was a movie happening? Anyway, Mike, I'm really impressed. You did that MCU well, and congratulations on being all caught up with the rest of known society. So
yeah, it's good to understand memes again. I really like the fact that I can go on the internet and understand references that are now on there. Let me do this real quick, Scott, because you asked me to do something as part of this.
Yes.
When I did my phases in the past, after each phase, I would rank the Stan Lee cameos in the power rank. Like I did a power ranking of Stan Lee cameos, and you told me to just go ahead and do top 5 all time. Like you didn't want me to go through.
Yes, throughout the entire MCU. Anytime we saw Stan Lee.
Stan Lee, here are my. Let's start with some honorable mentions. Honorable mention: Thor: The Dark World. As terrible of a movie as it is, Lee in the mental ward gives Eric a shoe. Eric's blabbering about the Convergence, and when he's done and asks for questions, Stan Lee says, "Yeah, can I have my shoe back?" Honorable mention. Also honorable mention: Captain America's Civil War, when Lee is the FedEx delivery guy at the end.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, and he says he's got a package for Tony Stank.
Tony Stank.
Classic. Also, I'm very disappointed that joke did not come back, because Don Cheadle did say, "Yeah, I'm never letting this one go," and then he let it go immediately, and we never heard Tony Stank again for the rest of
the MCU. Still ongoing. We might.
Fair enough.
How about taking his name in vain now that he's dead?
Yeah, well,
Tony Stank.
R.I.P. Tony Stank. All right, here we go. Here's your Stan Lee cameos, top 5 all-time MCU. Number 5 is Ragnarok, when Lee cuts Thor's hair. And then he comes out with like the weird things on his hands. He's like, "Now you don't move. My hands aren't as steady as they used to be." And I like this one because I felt like if Stan Lee wasn't a comic book creator, he would be a barber. Like he seemed like every old barber that I had growing up. So I was like, this is typecasting. Number 4, Avengers: Age of Ultron. He's a World War II vet who insists that Thor gives him a shot of liquor from Asgard. And then it cuts to him getting carried out as he's just muttering, "Excelsior." Yes, fantastic. Number 3, Ant-Man. Stan is the bartender in Luis's story at the end about Falcon looking for Ant-Man. It's Luis's voice over, and they're reenacting the story. And Luis's cousin Ignacio goes up, and Lee says, he says to Lee, "Yo, look at the girl I'm with. She's crazy, stupid, fine, right?" And then Lee mouths the words as Luis repeats them. "Yeah, crazy, stupid, fine." That was fucking great. Number 2, Black Panther, when Lee takes T'Challa's chips at the casino, and he goes, "I'll just take these and keep them over here for safekeeping."
I thought that was a little racist, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, what are we going to do?
Don't trust you with these guys.
Speaking of racist, did you hear that Angel Hernandez?
Number 1, are you
gonna derail number 1?
Jump in at number 1, you son of a bitch. Number 1 in a shocking twist, Ant-Man and Wasp. And that's when Wasp shrinks Lee's car, and he goes, "Well, the 60s were fun, but now I'm paying for it." Fantastic line. Loved it. Those are the Stan Lee cameo power rankings. Top 5.
R.I.P. Stan the man.
Wait, now hold on. When you say R.I.P., do you truly believe it's R.I.P., or do you think they're gonna find a way to get him into other films from now on with, virtual imaging or whatever else? Do you really think they'll just let him go?
They've already moved on. Yeah, they've already moved on. Spider-Man was the most recent Spider-Man. Far From Home was the first to not have Stan Lee. So
you couldn't even just put him as an extra in the background. I mean, damn.
That bar is 100% correct. The biggest miss was Marvel not having Luis break everything down that happened after the snap occurred. All right, let's do some.
I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. You handled yourself well.
I can do that.
You did that MCU.
I do that MCU. Let's do some Mookie's Mad Props real quick here before we get out tonight. And Mookie's Mad Props, let me get a little music here, because Mookie's Mad Props is sponsored by MyBookie. Listen, everybody, tons of college ball and baseball starting back up tomorrow. There is no action to bet on, and make some money with MyBookie right now. Sign up today at craftbrewsports.com/bet. Use the promo code CraftBrewed to secure yourself a deposit bonus up to $1,000. All you got to do is bet whatever you want to bet. Baseball, basketball, it doesn't matter. Go bet. Win big, and make sure you use our promo code CraftBrewed so that they know that we hooked you up. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Drew, where are you laying your money this week, man? Where's the money going? Give us some mad props.
Well, so it's a little bit early here for actual props on the Final Four. I was checking earlier today. I don't think they're going to put those out until a little bit later this week. So what I'm going to do is did you guys want to make any picks, or are you off the hook because you're tired of losing?
Here's what I think we should do. Let's do a parlay bet. We've got 3 games to pick from, the 2 Final Four games and then the championship game. Let's parlay it. And if you get your parlay, you get a win. If you don't get your parlay, you lose. Does that sound fair?
All right, so we're going to go around the horn. Each person picks a parlay. Perfect. All right, so that being said, Edon, we're gonna go ahead and start with you here. What would you rather go last?
No, I want to go first. I feel like we might all have the same answer.
Oh, it's possible. So we'll go ahead. We'll go money line on all of these. We're going to take the spread out of the equation. So money line game 1, Stanford, South Carolina. Who you got?
Hey, wait a second. All right, I'll take Stanford. Let's go Cardinal.
All right, perfect. Game 2, again, money line. Who you got? Arizona, Connecticut.
Let's go Arizona. Maybe it's UConn's time to die.
Oh, all right.
Wow. So what the hell are we betting on?
The Final Four, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? It's the Final Four.
Women's Final Four?
The Final Four.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So,
okay.
Edon, you went Stanford, and then you went Arizona, right?
Yeah.
So then that means
lost the other night.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So then that puts Stanford, Arizona in the national championship game. Who you got?
The Cardinal. Best defense in the tournament.
Woo! All right. Wow. All right. I love it. Okay. So I got it. I got that marked down. I'll put the money down later. So Mike, Scott, who wants to go next?
Mike can.
I'll go. I'll jump in here. I'll jump in.
Get it. What you got there, brother?
I'm going to agree with you, Don. I'm going to take Stanford. In that first Final Four matchup, but I am going to go UConn. If you get past Baylor with a call like that, it's destiny, baby. Gino is bringing home another title. So UConn gets past Arizona, and then UConn over Stanford in the title game. Book it.
All right, Scotty K. Jr., you want me to go, or are you ready to dive in?
I'm not going against Gino ever. So Gino takes all. Period.
So who cares in the first game?
Yep. Don't care about anything else.
UConn in the second game, and who cares? The UConn. Scott's got UConn winning. Perfect. I'll put that one in later. My bookie they're really flexible. They've got a feature where you can actually name your own bet and bet down the line and adjust the odds appropriately. Super helpful.
Hell yes.
I'm actually going to go ahead and deviate a little bit. I'm going to take South Carolina in that first game. Yeah, I'm feeling those girls. The thing is, it's going to be tight.
You need to stay away from phrasing.
Well, yeah, that's true. Phrasing is a thing still. Phrasing is a thing.
Yes,
so,
it is.
South Carolina, UConn in the final. I'm going to go ahead and mix it up and just say South Carolina for the title. I love that girl. They've got the freshman bunker who's friends with the guy from Gonzaga, but you're friends with some from Gonzaga. You can get the fuck out. Let's go Gamecocks.
All right, Mookie, thanks for the Mad Props. This has been Mookie's Mad Props again, brought to you by MyBookie. Get that $1,000 deposit bonus. Use the code CraftBrewed, craftbrewedsports.com/bet. Use the code CraftBrewed. All right, fellas, I forgot earlier to give Drew a word for the day, and we're towards the end of the show now.
Yes, it's just bong, baby.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna bong while we talk about our beers that we had tonight. So this is the Craft Brewed Sports beer bong word of the day was. Oh, fuck, I forgot to use a word. So we're going to beer bong while we tell you about the beers that we were drinking. If you want your own beer bong, head on over to craftbrewedsports.com/beer bong. Kong beer bongs are fantastic. They're koozies to keep your beer nice and warm. And then with a quick switch, you can turn that koozie.
Wait, keep your beers nice and warm.
Cold.
Did you come over to the dark side?
Bohem. What's happening? What is happening right now?
Bohem.
Keep your beers cold, just like Jim Bohem does.
Or keep them warm if you're trying to bong beers and not have it hurt your tummy.
Then use it right. You can do that. So Scott, what were you drinking? Tell us about your beer of the night, and then hit us with your Kong bong.
Yeah, I was drinking No Third Eye, New Image Brewing, 10%. Dippa, fantastic. The 4.1 caps rating on Untappd. Right on. I loved it. On the scale of NFL weeks, I'm going 16 because that's when the season should end, and that's the greatest of all the numbers. So this was a 16 on the scale.
16 on the scale for Scott's Brew No Third Eye. That is a good one. I've had that one before. I really did enjoy that. Plus, anytime it's a 10%er, you know it's going to be a good night. There goes Scott with his Kong Bong. Well done. It's looking like Drew's still messing with things over there. Edon, how was that Blue Moon you had, since you're not going to
That was great. Best craft beer I've ever had.
It was
Yeah, we're back with the breast.
Edon is
We love
wasted.
breasts.
Oh,
the Breast Craft Brew. It's a,
Yeah, I'll give
got a
it-
fatty dumper. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, where's our fatty dumper? We didn't hit. I mean, come on. It's been
Isabel didn't
2
pop
weeks.
in today. Isabel didn't pop in today.
yeah, on the
all right.
rating scale, I think I'll say it's about week 3 of the preseason, the final week where I'll still have hope and not think the season's over yet.
Oh, that's it. So that's see, I like it because you started off. Yeah, that's a good week.
That's a good week to have. Drew, what were you drinking tonight? Tell us about it, and then hit us with your Kong Bong.
I was drinking Lifestyle from the Separatist Beer Project out of Pennsylvania. Absolutely delicious beer. Really solid. It's a Kolsch, which again, I'm not a huge fan of because usually they're just too thin and not flavorful. But like this one was awesome. This one was great. This one was it was the Hall or not the Hall of Fame. It was the Thursday night football game or whatever the first game was heading into the season where I'm like, man, I had a great fantasy draft. Things are going to be good. Everything's looking up because everything is downhill from there.
So the first preseason game. Cool.
No. The first.
The first preseason game, the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
I got you.
Nothing
the
better than
very
a Hall of Fame
first
game.
game that ever happens in the season. Do your beer bong, Drew. Do your
God
beer.
damn it. You're asking me too many questions.
Drew's confusion as he said the first game, the Hall of Fame game, and then got confused that I called it the first preseason game.
No, I didn't actually mean to say the Hall of Fame game. That's the problem. I meant to say, like, do they still kick off on Thursday night?
Yeah, with the Hall of Fame game.
No. Regular season.
Oh,
Regular season.
Probably. Yeah, they probably.
Yeah, they still do that garbage.
Whatever the
Thursday
fuck
night
that
game.
game's called.
Yeah,
It's
the
not
Super
Hall
Bowl
of Fame
champion
game.
plays it.
First
There
game
you
of
go.
the year.
Yeah, so we'll have to see another Tom Brady season opener again next
Yeah,
year.
buddy.
Yay, NFL's so great. Awesome.
I was drinking Darkest Day from Loveland Aleworks in Loveland, Colorado, 7% ABV, 3.93 caps on Untapped. This beer was fantastic. Here's how good this beer was. Week 17, and the reason why I say week 17, because that's when Joe Burrow, the future GOAT, will break all NFL records in week 17. Joe Burrow, week 17, it's going to be synonymous because that's when Joe Burrow becomes, in everybody's mind, the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. Darkest Day, great rating, great beer. Hit that one up. Somebody talk while I do my beer ball.
Yeah, I got you, Mike, because
Mike's gotta
basically what
stop
you're
being
saying
drunk.
is week 17 is the day that Joe Burrow breaks the passing record for touchdowns, yards, and completions in a 4-week period for a team that still missed the playoffs.
Records are records, baby.
Yep.
I mean, hey, you take what you get.
Everybody still likes Dan Marino, right? Fuck it, baby. Here we go.
Hey,
Oh,
don't
it's
you
just
just
Dan
mention
Marino.
Dan Marino. He's got his
Yeah.
jersey retired in those Miami Heat rafters, damn it.
That's true. It's a championship
Right there
franchise
next
right
to-
there, too.
Right there next to Michael Jordan. Don't you dare disparage Dan Marino.
Michael Jordan.
Goddamn Heat. What a joke.
And last call brought to you by Kong Beer Bong. Go get yourself a Kong Beer Bong, cryfreesports.com/beer bong. It's fantastic, and we love them, and they help us get where we need to go. This is a fun show, guys. Holy shit.
Hell yes.
This was
amazing.
very fun. And thank you to all of you that tuned in, that shared out the show. I had a blast. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. We'll be back again next week, 8 p.m., just like we are every single week. Until then, you can go ahead and follow the show. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at Craft Bee Sports, Instagram at Craft Bee Sports. Also, be sure to go to bellyupsports.com. There are so many amazing podcasts on the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network. You got to check them out. Subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcasts. Find all of them, subscribe to all of them. Go check out all of the articles that are out there. A good friend, goddammit JB, is writing for Belly Up Sports, putting out some good content weekly. Go hit them up, bellyupsports.com. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate everything. We will see you guys all next week. Cheers, everybody.
Opening day, baby!
Yeah!
Quack, 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 quack.